So having that money, having that savings, having my investments kind of gave me the freedom that I needed to like you said, manifest, to create. I think when you're stressed, you can't create. Like stress is literally the blocker of energy and creation.
100%.
So I realized that I didn't make any money unless I was working.
Look, I'm talking to you all every single episode about how to be able to create a six-figure digital empire, and some of y'all haven't taken action yet. Y'all just, for some reason, life haven't slapped you in the face yet where it's like, yo, I'm tired of being at the place that I'm in right now. I'm tired of working my 9 to 5. I want to create a business. I want to become an entrepreneur. I'm tired of working for someone else when they don't even care about me. Look, I have something for you. I was working a 9 to 5, literally not even a year ago, actually it's going to be a year this year that I have been able to leave my 9 to 5 to be able to come to you guys and show you how I was able to leave working at Papado, 101 Steak, Ruth Chris, all hospitality places, y'all, to now being able to break 100K months. Literally, this is what happened. Let me tell you. I was able to break 100K months in 6 months, to be more exact. And I'm going to show you exactly how I was able to do it and how exactly I was able to do it from working a job, creating multiple 4 to 5 figures while working my 9 to 5, to then leaving my 9 to 5, to then scaling my business. Y'all, I'm going to show you how to fund your business without using your own money. There's so many things in this book that I could be charging tens of thousands of dollars, and I'm going to share with you how exactly I did it with pennies of the dollar. It costs $10, y'all. Worst case scenarios, you learn something more and profit off of it. Okay, so look, click the link, thedigitalempire.ebook.com. Get the ebook, y'all. You literally just get the ebook.
What's going on, family? It's your boy Chart Slay here again with another video, and welcome to the Digital Empire Podcast, where we talk about everything digital, investments, and entrepreneurship. And you guys already know we have an amazing guest. This person actually is acknowledging a lot of Black entrepreneurs, a lot of Black people, and this is important. We need that recognition. So we want to go ahead and welcome to the entire amazing season. Look, you on season 1 right now.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and welcome Money Maven. How are you?
I'm good. What's up, bro? I'm super excited to be here. Super honored. Thanks so much for having me on the first season of the podcast.
Absolutely.
I already told you how beautiful the setup is.
I do my best. And let me not say me. We do our best. It's a team effort.
The family business, baby.
It's a team effort. But I'm glad you're on here.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. I haven't done a lot of the podcasts I've done have been like via Zoom. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited to be in studio for a podcast and, get some real energy going.
Yeah, it's crazy. I tried to do the Zoom thing.
Yeah, I wasn't into it.
But I'm not into the Zoom thing.
Not into it at all.
It's something different about personal energy.
Right. And honestly, it just doesn't give the look.
Yeah.
The look I was going for just wasn't it.
Nah.
Like this look right here, y'all, how he got this set up. I told him I feel like we could shoot a whole TV show right here, right?
We really could.
It's fire.
We really could. No, for real. We really could. I mean, it's set up. I mean, this is an evolving type of thing. Like at first it was a table, right? We had it as a table. Like if you look at the recent episodes, like you on the brand new.
Yeah, I know y'all have this at the event.
Right. This is new
this
here.
Is beautiful.
You see what I'm saying? And it's really supposed to be.
And it's so cozy. Look, I got my feet up. Like
right,
I just
you want to
like
relax.
I'm right at home.
Yeah, you just want to relax. And what's crazy is this is supposed to have two. Like think of 2 of these right here.
Yeah, your mom said it.
And it was supposed to be over there.
It was too big.
Yeah,
that's way too big. This is perfect.
Yeah, I think this is something, and you can even have a third person. We've had another person sit in the middle, and you just have a 3-person conversation.
Right.
But I think the only reason why we had the big one is to have 4 people. I think that was the reason why we were doing that. But it's all good. We got and we would need more cameras for that too. When I saw how this looked, and I'm just envisioning a long, you would need
bigger setup.
Like you would need a camera for this person, for this person, for this person, for this person, then the whole entire setup.
Right.
Like.
Yeah. So how we do mine, we just have 2 cameras. I told you. So I have like a shooter that goes between the 2, and then we have the main lens.
Oh, so you have a shooter that's like a dolly, like one that's actually moving back and forth.
Yeah. Yep.
I did that for a podcast.
But that requires
before.
a person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really want to have 2. So that this is going to be my goal, is to get another camera.
Yeah. I mean, I would prefer still to have somebody here and do what you do with the dolly of the camera, I still would want that. Yeah. There's something about behind the scenes look. It just looks so much better. Like you just get to see the overall look. I just always like podcasts. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with like Anthony O'Neill. Yes. But his podcast, when he does like a different look, you see the whole thing in the background. I'm like, oh, that's how he has it with the boom arm. And then, so like, I'm always thinking of stuff like that.
Yeah, you're such a super nerd. In a good
I am. I am. That's what I do. This is something that I do. Right. So I enjoy
nerding out on all the tech. But yes, what's up, y'all? I'm Shaniqua Nicole, the Millennial Money Maven. I am the editor-in-chief of Black Wealth Weekly magazine and podcast. So make sure you go like, subscribe, check out all our videos. I interview highly successful entrepreneurs, professionals, and athletes that are building wealth and can teach you how to build wealth in your own way, because this is the thing, right? Personal finance is so personal. You know, I just want to get the stories out there of the so many successful friends and people and colleagues, and you know what I'm saying? People out there like literally living life on their own terms. Absolutely. So that people can find their way to freedom.
Yeah, that's deep. That's deep. So going into that, right? I don't think I've ever personally asked you that. I just know what you do, but like, what made you go into the magazine and the podcasting and really that specific niche? Yeah. What made you get into that?
Yeah. So this is the first time someone's asked me this question, and you know, I don't know. So I'll say this. So my aunt has had a magazine for the last 15 years. I've been working in the financial industry for 15 years. And, you know, for a long time, you know, for 10 years, it was super tough. Like, it was super tough. You kind of felt like you were out here on an island by yourself, trying to teach personal finance, right? Because most people just want to make money, but they don't want to learn how to keep money. They don't want to learn how to invest, right? It's like, get rich quick, but what about the slow, boring stuff that's really going to make you and keep you rich? You know what I'm saying? So that has been like my career. And over the last, I would say maybe 5 years, financial literacy and wealth building has really become a huge topic of conversation. You've got Earn Your Leisure, David Shands with Social Proof podcast, right? All these amazing people out here killing the game and social media, right? So just this last 5 years has put so much attention on personal finance and wealth that you know, number one, I've always been a part of the conversation, but I felt like it was just missing something, right? And so, number one, either you knew these big people or you didn't know them because you weren't into personal finance. But if you don't know them, then I need to let you know why you need to know these people. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So it's like, you know, it's super dope that, you know, I feel like Black wealth is just a conversation that everybody is having now, when it used to be just the financial professionals.
Yeah, it used to be like if you were a Black entrepreneur, people were looking at you some type of way. Yeah. And now everybody want to be a Black entrepreneur.
Everybody's an entrepreneur.
Even if you're not Black. Like, I'm being real. I know somebody. I actually just had a conversation with somebody. I had a sales call yesterday. And she was like, yeah, I got a Black husband, so I love the Black community. Like, the Black entrepreneurs I'm just like, seriously.
No, for real, because they know that we are the magic. Exactly. And we have been the magic, and we have been, you know, the engine that runs this country forever. And, you know, they know that. So if they can get a little piece of that energy, everybody's trying to get a piece of it, but we don't really know our own magic. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so that is why I feel like the podcast and magazine is so important, because what I want to do is I want to let people know, like, you know, wealth is your birthright, and it's something that you and your family can and should have. And, you know, there's so many ways that you can go about it, right? It doesn't look like one particular thing. And what I love is I always go back into my guest backstory. Like, who were you before you had your success? Like, you know, most people were poor 5-10 years ago.
Most people aren't where they are right now. I'm gonna be real with you. A year ago, man, think about if we knew what we knew, like early 20s, high school. Like, what do you think you would do in that time if you knew the same information you knew now?
Well, I would not have given my corporate career so much time. So my mom had me when she was 16. My mom and dad were both 16 when they had me. And I was born in the projects of Trenton, New Jersey. So I'm the oldest of 8 siblings. So it was always just like go and get go to college and get a good job. And that's what I did. And when I was a kid, I used to think I was going to be a doctor because of some trauma that I had in my past. So I wanted to be a doctor, but I chose business because it just came so natural to me. So I went to business school and got my degree in business, and I went and worked on Wall Street. So I thought I had my dream job, right? And at that time, it was, it was everything that I wanted because I was making good money. I was probably, I started working at Merrill Lynch when I was 19, and I think I was making like $21 an hour when I first started.
That's a notable business.
That I was working for? Yeah. So
I'm an investor, so I know. You see what I'm saying?
Right. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. Like, I thought I had my dream job. Like, I knew I wanted to go to school for business and finance, and I'm working on Wall Street. Like, what else can I ask for?
The most popular topic of all topics, really.
Exactly. So it's like, what else can I ask for? But if I could do something different at that time, I probably would have just went full-fledged into entrepreneurship. So I'll tell you this. Now, I was working, I was making my $21 an hour, and that was cool. And my grandma had said to me one day, like, when I was your age, when I was 19 and 20, we were happy making $19,000 and $20,000 a year. And like I said, I was making $21 an hour at 19. So she was just like, wow, the times, how the times have changed. $21 an hour is probably like $40,000 a year, $42,000 or something like that a year. Yeah.
Damn.
But at 19.
43,680? That's crazy.
43,680. So that's cool for somebody that's cool. Young as, young, super. I'm 19, literally, in college.
We spit that already.
So that was great, but I always say, if I had someone telling me back at that time to go and be fearless and be an entrepreneur and do that with like all of my heart and energy, I would have been a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Man. So I didn't end up leaving my corporate job until I was 30 years old. So I started at 19. I stayed for 10, 11 years and left at 30, but didn't become a millionaire until after I left. And it's so crazy because I just feel like
that's crazy.
Now, you can become a millionaire on a job, yes, but
for sure,
I had bad habits. I was traveling. I started young. I was making good money young, and then I also had my little side hustle tax business that I started. So if I could do one thing different, it would probably be to really, really go full-fledged in entrepreneurship. So I had my side tax business that I would do. It was from January to April. It was great. My first year, I probably made about $20,000, when I was 20 years old. So it was like I'm making $20,000 in my business, and then I got my $40-something thousand salary, making $60,000 at 20.
That's not bad. For 20, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, for
a lot of
people
my friends,
who are not making, for people who's not making,
a lot of my friends were working, somewhere making $10 an hour or something. So I'm traveling, I'm living life how I want. I have my own apartment, everything, but I didn't have anyone telling me that I could do this thing full time. So I always looked at these things as hustles. And I will say this, I had one girl during my professional career, I had a girl say, well, what you doing now? What you selling now?
Oh, to this day?
To me. No, this is when I was younger.
Oh, okay.
But I was working at Merrill Lynch, but like I said, I was a side hustler. So I had my taxes, I had my tax business. I had, I used to sell Uggs. I used to sell makeup. I was ordering stuff. So listen, how you got drop shipping these days? I was ordering stuff from China when I was 19, 20 years old. Right. So I had read the book 4 Hour Work Week, and I was trying to figure out how to get that lifestyle. Yeah. Yes, trying to get that lifestyle. And I was ordering stuff from China. I was always hustling. And that's what I knew from my mom and my dad. They were both hustlers in the legal way.
That's big facts. Legal, y'all. Legal. It's the key thing that she just said.
Legal hustlers, right? So my dad used to sell like clothes, and my mom would sell things. But yeah, if I could change anything, I would have went harder a whole lot quicker. But I feel like I'll get a chance to do it over again.
You do?
Yeah. So my goddaughter, she will be moving. She wants to go to college here. So she's 18.
So you're gonna give her like.
I'm gonna give her everything that I wish I had when I was her age. You know what I'm saying? And it's so crazy, and this is such a full circle moment for me, because when she was I actually had custody of her when she was a baby. Like she lived. I literally talked to her this week, and I was like, "Do you know when I was 18, you lived with me? Like I was taking care of you. You were like my child." And now she's 18 and about to go to college. She's 18.
Oh, so she was like not even one.
Yeah, she was a baby. So she was a baby. Her mom was very sick and, going through life. And we, I took her in and, we were taking care of her. And I was like 18, 19 with a kid. That's why I decided not to go away to college. And, I was just home and working and making my money. But that's probably another thing I would have did is probably move away. Quicker, yeah. So I didn't move to Georgia till about 7 years ago. So I was maybe 28-ish, 27, something like that.
Wow. So you would have moved early 20s, mid 20s?
Oh, absolutely. Like if I could have went away and stayed on college campus, I think that would have been great for my career, just for my, just to put me in a whole different environment around different people a whole lot sooner.
What's going on, family? You guys already know I appreciate you for checking out this episode. So you guys know that I've been trading and building high-level skill sets for years now. You see me on my Forex journey, my stock investment journey, my portfolio journey, a day in the life of everything. And so what I want to do is I want to give back to you. I want to make sure that you all learn everything that's in my brain. So what I have done is specifically in regards to skill sets is I've created a course, like a whole course. Like this is the best thing that I've ever come out with since sliced bread. Right? It's a Forex course on how exactly to build wealth, create high-level skill sets, and I want to teach it to you. I want to give back. It's not even like, it's super affordable. Like you could, like your daughter could do it. A 5-year-old could do it. And that's what I want to help you guys do. I want to give back to you. So if you want to learn exactly how to build high-level skill sets, I want you to click this link right here. This link is going to break down everything for you and literally change your whole life. So go check it out. Check out the Trade Syndicate. Check out the way that we do things. Check out the Chart Slayer. Check out your boy. All right. See you on the next one.
Just moving out quicker. I mean, I've moved out. How old was I when I moved out the first time? 19, somewhere around there. Like early, very early. Like around that time, I moved to Florida in Orlando.
By yourself?
Yeah. For like 3 years for college or something like that. So,
gotcha.
Or closer to 4. But I mean, that was probably the best experience. Honestly, that's what makes me want to live back in Florida. I think the one is the independence. 2 is the fact that, you have that, I don't know, it's like you have that edge where it has to work or it has to work mentality. You know what I mean? So I think that's what I enjoy the most. And everybody out there in Florida is just, they're all, I don't know, at least our skin color is always doing something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like that's cool.
That's what I didn't have. People around me weren't always doing something. So when I graduated high school in 2005, we had the biggest gang infestation in our town at that time. So this is like when the Bloods really, took over our town. And it was really like, you're either going to be a gang member or, a low life, really. Like, what were your chances? So at that time, for me, it was like, okay, well, I'm going to college because I'm not dealing with this stuff right here.
Right. So it was really the escape route at the same time.
Yeah, pretty much. It was my escape. But I think if I would have gotten away sooner, I would have been a lot further because I was still coming back to the same environment every day.
Oh,
yeah.
Got you. Okay, so let's fast forward. Right now, we're at the part where you decided to become an entrepreneur. You said that you've made millions after going to or after leaving the corporate side. So tell us the process of the transition of leaving and then getting into the business and what made you, because 0 to $1 million is probably the hardest thing in business to get to 0 to $1 million.
So I'll say this, I have not made millions, not in a year, but in total in accumulation. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't even count that, but I say, so there are so many ways that you can be a millionaire, right? So you could be a millionaire on paper, meaning that you have $1 million in assets, right? Assets are things like, real estate, businesses, anything that you can pull and get access to. Right. $1 million. So that's how I'm a millionaire. I have real assets. I know people, you can be a millionaire by having $1 million business. You can make $1 million in a day. You can make $1 million in a year. And then you're $1 million, then you're a millionaire, you're $1 million earner. Or, like you said, you can do a cumulative where you say, okay, over the last 5 years, I made $200,000. So I've made $1 million. I think that's crap. Like,
I wouldn't go for that. I wouldn't go with that. I mean, it's nice to say.
I would never. If someone uses that to say that they're a millionaire, that's all cap. So I'm a millionaire because I have the assets that back up the fact that I'm a millionaire. So I have real estate, I've got businesses, I've got all of that, right? And cash, of course, and investments and all of that. But so no, I haven't had my 12 months period of $1 million, but it's coming.
Oh, it's coming. Look, manifestation is important. So tell the people, like, what do you mean by assets in $1 million? Let's go deeper in that. Like you say, you have real estate and you have $1 million in assets. So how can you get $1 million in assets in real estate?
Oh my gosh. Oh, I recently found out how easy it was to become a millionaire. Like, real estate is probably the quickest way for you to become a millionaire. And I thought I used to be so afraid of real estate because I felt like you had to invest so much money in it, and you had to have a lot of money to invest in it. And while you do need to have money, it's not everything, right? And it's really the actual real estate and the real property that gives you the biggest leverage. So I would say, so for me personally, how I went about my journey, I bought my first personal residence here. Today it's worth triple of what I paid for it, right?
Dang.
I bought my first investment property in Detroit. So I knew I had gotten to the point when I left my corporate career, I was 30. I left my job though. I left my 6-figure job, but I had 6 figures in savings, right? And I find that so many people leave their job before they even have anything, before they have a real business, before they have a system, before they have money. So having that money, having that savings, having my investments kind of gave me the freedom that I needed to like you said, manifest, to create. I think when you're stressed, you can't create. Like, stress is literally the blocker of energy and creation.
100%.
So I realized that I didn't make any money unless I was working, and I didn't notice that while I was working because all I was doing was working.
That's all you knew.
That's all I knew. But once I left my job and I just only had my business and not the job, I realized that I only could make money when I was working. So I'm like, okay, now I got this money, I need to figure out something to do with it. So I bought my first investment property in Detroit. I bought it on auction online at hubzu.com. If y'all,
is that the plug?
That's the plug. If
you check it out,
hubzu.com. And my reasoning for looking in Detroit was that the Atlanta market was just very expensive, and I'm like, dang, I need $100,000 or $200,000 to invest, or now I got to leverage my credit. Like, I just didn't know what that process looked like.
Right.
So I just wanted to go somewhere where I could just buy a property cash and figure it out from there. So I went on this online auction and I won the auction. I'm like, holy shit, I own a property in Detroit. Yo, I had never been to Detroit. I ain't know nobody in Detroit.
So you just had to go up there with nothing to go with.
Listen, I had no idea. I had never invested in real estate before. Didn't know anybody in Detroit. But I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm figuring it out. That's what we do.
So you didn't have mentorship when you did this. You were just taking action to figure out, make money on your own. Yeah. Without you being involved.
Right. Well, I just knew that I had money that I wanted to invest, and I wanted to do it, and I didn't want to wait. And that's a good thing that you mentioned, the mentorship, because what I will say is that when I was younger, when I was 19 and 20, first getting started in my career, there weren't a lot of Black mentors out there. So I was seeking mentorship in my professional realm in the financial industry, and I would get white women and that would want to mentor me, but I felt like a charity case. They was looking at me like, oh, this young Black girl, Shaniqua from Trenton, we're helping the less fortunate. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yes, I'm Shaniqua, but honey, it's Shaniqua. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to get my name wrong intentionally. Right. You're going to get this correct. And so my middle name is Nicole. My mom used to say, well, why don't you, like people would say, well, why don't you use Nicole in the professional setting? And it's like, no, y'all going to respect
your name,
me, and no, me, fuck my name. Y'all gonna respect me, and you're gonna call me by my name, which is Shaniqua. So yes, you can become a real estate investor with pennies on a dollar, for real. There are many ways you can do it now that I know. You can do tax liens, you can do these auctions. So I purchased my first property,
tax liens,
$18,000 in Detroit.
Really? Now is that still active as of right now?
My property? So I sold it. It this year. Yep, sold it this year for about $55,000.
Wow. And so 18. to 55.
Yes.
That's a good ROI.
Plus, I was making $900 a month every single month for the last 3 years that I've owned it.
I like to do math.
Do the math.
900
times 36 months.
Times 36.
$32,400
that you made. That's good right there. You put 18 and made 900. You already made your investment back.
Oh, absolutely.
Doubled it.
And on top of that, I went and sold the property and made $55,000 when I sold it. By just holding on to the property.
Right, because the value, the equity.
$69,000. So I made $69,000 total. Divide that by the $18,000 it cost me to get into the property, and that's gonna be
$69,000 divided by 18.
Yeah, divided by 18,000.
That is 3.83.
So that's 383% return that I made on that money. Yep. So I made 300% on just this first property by just almost 400%. Like if you can do that with every dollar that you have, you'll never be poor. You'll never be broke. Game. Right? And that was just 3 years. Yeah. You know? So yeah, it's long term, but if you look at the space that we're in right now, right? And then just take I just was listening to Shane's podcast. Somebody was talking about in 2015, they were literally about to lose their house. This is 7 years ago. They are multi-millionaires. He was talking about Jason in the Circle CEOs.
Oh, okay.
7 years ago, he was about to lose his house, and now like it's up.
Wow.
But yeah, so that was my first introduction into real estate, and then now I cashed out on that property this year so that I can go into my current project where I put in 200. So I bought the property for $250. I have a $200,000 renovation budget. It's going to be worth about $650 when I'm done.
Oh, and
we're just like we'll probably be done in the next 6 weeks. So
you got into real estate. And you said you have $1 million in assets. Mm-hmm. So does that not technically doesn't that make you a millionaire?
Yeah, having $1 million in assets makes you a millionaire on paper.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're not in cash, value wise, but not in, okay, got you. So you're valued over $1 million,
right?
Assets wise.
Yes.
So what made you get into, I want to create a magazine. I want to show entrepreneurs how to do, financial literacy and create a podcast. Like current state right now, because you got cash flow coming in. But what made you do what you do? Because you don't have to do it.
I don't. I've wanted to start a podcast for so long, and I just struggled with it just being me, right? So my husband started a podcast maybe like 8 years ago, like before podcasts even became this big thing, and he was pushing me, trying to get me to do it. We had the home set up and everything. It was just voice at the time. Now, everybody has video, YouTube, and it's evolved. But I've always wanted to be able to get, the story about building wealth out there, right? So I've always wanted to just share this story and to say it's not all about me. You know what I'm saying? There are so many people out here doing it, and especially in Atlanta. There's no place like Wakanda.
Man, what? And did you see The Woman King?
No.
You gotta watch it.
I gotta go see it.
Because that's like they're like comparing that to the Wakanda and all that. So you gotta watch that.
Yeah, I definitely gotta check it out. No, so yeah, I just wanted to I started the podcast in the magazine to highlight Black excellence, because where I'm from, you don't see that often, and there are so many people that don't get a chance to be around it. So I just wanted to be able to share a little bit of my life with the public and people, and nice. and to inspire people to build wealth.
That's dope. So it's just the fact that you came from working from the corporate side to then being valued over $1 million to now being able to share what you know and what other people know to the masses. So how does that make you feel? Like what type of impact do you feel that you bring to the table to the people?
Yeah.
That makes you keep going. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. Number one, I'm the oldest of 8 siblings, so I've always been a leader, and I've always felt like I need to reach back and educate and pull up the people, right? So that's just in my spirit. I also think that it's just something that God put on me. I also I feel like when God blesses you, you have to bless others. You know, that's like our duty. And this is the way that I can do it. We both are in certain masterminds where, you know, it's about coaching and teaching other people. But for me, my life design is all about what I choose to. You know what I'm saying? So I don't choose to be ran by social media. I don't choose to have a bunch of mentees that, you know, are just drawing from my energy. You know what I'm saying? I choose to live life on my terms.
Yep.
And that's the way that I'm choosing to give back and give this knowledge out. I feel like, you know, it's, you know, like I said, it's our duty, it's your duty. You know, it's my duty to pass it on to you.
Yep.
And it's your duty to pass it on to the next person. And, you know, this is a thing that will immortalize us all. And, you know, my grandkids will be able to get a chance to know a little bit about me through this process. So I'm, you know, I've been wanting to do it. I've been scared, honestly, to do it because I didn't want to be the one yapping all the time. So I found a way. You know, I found a way to do everything that I want to do.
And look, it looks good. I saw it. It looked good. And you got you got to invite a brother.
You already know.
So let's say this, right? Just to close it out for the people. I know we gotta get you in one for part 2.
Okay.
Right. So what we like to do is 12 months from now, you know, we like to see where the person's at, see how you've impacted more people, and then have you back on here, and then we get to talk about how much money you make then.
Oh, I love
compared
it.
To now,
I love that.
So the last thing before we close out is let's give a advice. If there was a new entrepreneur or someone in your case came from the corporate world and they want to be an entrepreneur, what advice would you give them?
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. So if you are a new entrepreneur or if you're working your corporate career right now, you could be making good money. You can be making 6 figures. I know people that work jobs and make, you know, $300,000-$400,000 a year. And that's amazing, but you're never going to be free, right? Everybody deserves a level of freedom. So you have to decide what level of freedom you want in your life, whether you are going to keep a job. But at the end of the day, you need to learn how to invest. Like I said, I made 400% on my $18,000
on one property.
Once you learn how to increase the velocity of your money, meaning once you learn how to take the dollar that you earn and turn that thing into $4, right, and turn it into $5, turn it into $10,000, you'll be able to buy back your freedom, and then you'll really understand what you desire out of life. A lot of the things that we do are for survival, and I just, you know, I pray that people can take a step back from what they're doing for survival, because we try to normalize it and say this is, I got to do what I got to do. But no, you deserve a life of leisure. You deserve a life of freedom, and you deserve wealth, and your family, your kids deserve wealth. So before you take that jump, I definitely think that you need to save at least 6 months worth of expenses. And, you know, for me, it was 6 figures. Like, I was uncomfortable if I had under 6 figures in the bank. Now I'm uncomfortable when I have too much money in the bank, because if the money's sitting in the bank, that means it's not working.
It's not working.
Exactly.
It's like what our mentor said. He said, my goal is to spend more and decrease my bank account.
Listen, if you're not investing, you're losing, right? Inflation is so high. But I think the first step is finding your security level. My security level was having 6 figures in the bank. I got super uncomfortable after that, and 6 figures in the bank was just not enough for me, because 6 figures wasn't bringing me any income. So now I had to learn how to take this money and make this money work for me. So I would say figure out what your level of comfort is. Build that fortress around yourself so that you can have the confidence in yourself to make the jump. And you know, there's so many mentors out there today. Find you a mentor. Find somebody that speaks to your spirit, and you know, and see how they can help you invest. Definitely tap into Black Wealth Weekly. There are a host of super successful entrepreneurs, and you can tap into my financial intelligence coaching and mentorship, where we help people learn how to invest and take that money and earn at least $5 on it.
At least
500.
The whole goal is to make something.
Something.
Yes. Because most people don't do it at all. So Look, I appreciate
everybody
you for being on here.
Everybody want to make money. Everybody want to make money with their time, but they need to learn how to make money with their money. It's only 24 hours in a day.
You should probably make that a shirt.
Okay, it's a little long, but we'll figure it out.
So maybe something that got to be put somewhere. That was good. Most people say it. I need you to repeat that again. Make sure I have that in my spirit.
Everybody want to make money with their time, but they need to learn how to make money with their money.
I'm gonna put that in my notes and quotes.
You need to learn how to make money with your money, right? First, you need to learn how to make money. That's the first important thing, though.
Facts.
And that's through creating value. But yeah, this was fun. So I will say this before we go. I know we need to go, but you said goals. So I was just talking goals this week, and my goal for next year is 3 million. So I have not made $1 million in a year yet, but my goal for next year is 3 million. I also want to develop my first neighborhood or apartment building. And so, yeah, those are my 2 main personal goals. When it comes to my impact, I would love to help 100 Black families become millionaires.
100 Black families.
Yeah, that's only 10 a month. If I can help 10 people a month become millionaires, that would be super, super dope. And then we're going to scale that thing out because
she talking about units, y'all. Multiple. I don't know if people you said I want to create neighbors with building. I don't know if people really tapped into what you said. You're talking units. Multi-unit, multi-family properties. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, or an entire neighborhood like this. Like
subdivision?
Y'all have, like a subdivision. You know, the cool thing about a subdivision, and I have a developer mentor. He took me into his development. You can name all the streets. Imagine having a Marcus Boulevard.
You can name the streets?
Yes. When you are a developer, you name the streets in your neighborhood. So I can't wait. That's my goal for next year.
That's the goal. I need a street named after me. That's lit. Well, look, that's dope. I appreciate you for hopping on here. I actually learned some stuff that I didn't know about you before. So that's pretty dope. Look, y'all know that I had to get some of my friends up here to just give y'all a game in general. So, family, I appreciate y'all. Y'all go tap in. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Money Maven Club. Make sure you tap into the magazine at Black Wealth Weekly on Instagram. And find us, like us, subscribe on YouTube, Black Wealth Weekly.
Okay. And don't forget to do that here, too. And if you're on a podcast, leave a review on how exactly you feel about this podcast and all other podcasts that you listen. So, family, thank you again for tuning in to the Digital Empire Podcast. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.
Hey family, thank you so much for checking out this episode. I really, really do appreciate it. So I get this question a lot of, hey, how do you get your family on board on everything that you're doing? Your family's everywhere, you're traveling everywhere. This brand of family is huge. And so I want to teach you guys how to create a family business and build a true legacy for your family. And in order to do so, if you want to learn exactly how I do that, I want you to check out socialcurrencies.net/family. Actually book a call, see exactly how we can assist you in creating wealth for your entire family and breaking that generational curse. We are strongly against generational curses, and we want to break generational poverty and build generational wealth, and not just wealth, but true wealth. And so I want to help you guys. Go ahead, tap in. Again, the site is socialcurrencies.net/family, and I will see you on the flip side.